Now let me introduce to you Ernie Zeigler, who's been very involved in organizing today's event.
All of us are very much in support of voting no on this proposal because when I've been very fortunate in spending the last 3 years at UCLA, and during my time there, one of the questions that always would come to me as an assistant coach from our players was like, well, coach, hey, there's not a lot of people here on campus that looks like me. And when you look at what happened in the state of California, when the opportunity for women and people of color to have the opportunity to gain admission to the universities in that state, it sets things back. And when you see the term that's used for this proposal, the Civil Rights Initiative, it makes me think, when I know I wouldn't have the opportunity that I've had thus far as an adult and know that the struggles that people like Martin Luther King and people that worked in the struggle in the civil rights in the 50s and 60s to give the opportunities for women and people of color to just have access. And that's what we're talking about, continue to have access. And in our state, some people will argue and say, well, hey, the coaches, the only reason why they want to have involvement in this is because they're worried about being able to recruit student athletes. Well, the student athletes aren't the one that are going to be affected by this. Our student athletes, we're going to still be able to recruit the same student athletes that we, choose or identify as individuals that are good enough to be in our basketball programs. So that's not the issue here. The issue here is those same students their peers having the same access that they have to continue to be a part of the universities throughout our state. And that's what's so great about the state of Michigan. You look at the state of Michigan, it's a melting pot. And to allow this proposal that's probably named wrong or unjust, using civil rights as its name, it's somewhat in vain in our opinion. When you look at what happened at UCLA, just this year, and quite obviously I wasn't there to start this past quarter, but you only had 96 African Americans that were admitted into that freshman class, and that was out of a freshman class of 4,852 students. And it's about continuing to allow access to the students that strive and want to become college students. Now, is every student in the state of Michigan that's a high school graduate, are they aspiring to be college students? Maybe not. But we should not allow this proposal to take away the opportunity and the access to those students. We can't afford to allow the policies of California or the policies that certain individuals are trying to set forth to impact what we've been about here in Michigan, which is access for all people. So this is how this came about. Like Debbie made a point of, we're not political heavyweights. We're just about what's right, and that's why we're here. And we felt as though it was very important to take the time out to come and let our voice be heard. That hey, we want everyone to vote no on Proposal 2.